Safety standard for barricade use. Barricade comes from the word barrique and were made famous in the 16th century during the Day of Barricades in France. The public uprising was so great that wagons, timbers, barrels and any other material available was used to block the entry points of the city and control the movement of the public to further help the cause of the militia. Safety barricades are used today as a means to control access to restricted areas, block dangerous areas, and limit the flow of persons. Personnel hazards are created by maintenance or test operations such as opening manholes, pressure system testing, concurrent work at different elevations, and tests that include hazardous or explosive materials. Exposure of people to the hazards inherent in such operations is minimized when using signs and barricades. Barricades shall be used to alert personnel of existing or potential hazards. These controls are used to supplement, rather than replace, proper guarding or elimination of hazardous conditions. A physical barrier placed across a path of travel to identify and restrict persons and/or vehicles from passing through and accessing hazardous areas or locations. Barricades may be temporary or permanent, flexible or rigid. Flexible barricades may include colored rope, colored ribbon. Rigid barricades may include fences, building walls, and stationary equipment. Barricades must be erected at all access ways to identify or designate the potentially hazardous area where safety depends on restricting access to the area, operation, or process. Area persons shall identify the hazards in the area, and the same shall be communicated to the area in charge. The hazardous area shall be completely barricaded, sufficient to control or restrict access to prevent unauthorized personnel from entering barricaded areas by the area in charge. The length and breadth of the barricaded area shall be extending beyond the working area at height by 3 meters in both directions. Barricades must be placed in a manner so that they are legible, non-distracting and non-hazardous. The signboard indicating the hazard must be placed at sufficient distance. The warnings shall be displayed in the language understood by all the persons working in the location and in the local language. Barricades must be displayed with illumination or retro-reflectorization to ensure legibility under normal working conditions. When illumination is inadequate, supplemental illumination shall be provided to ensure that safety signs are legible and the color coding is not distorted. If authorized personnel with sufficient precautions are to be permitted to cross the barricades, a sign or tag shall be posted on or near to the barricade bearing the message "Authorized personnel only." This is not applicable to chipping and wall-breaking works at height or any jobs which has the potential to cause injury. The authorized person shall be made aware of all possible hazards before entering to take necessary precautions for performing the activity safely. Appropriate permit shall be given to authorized persons by the area in charge. In case of work on road, barricading has to be provided at appropriate distance or location so that the alternate path shall be indicated for vehicle or person movement. The use of barricade tape is considered as a temporary barricade until a physical or permanent barricade is erected. Barricade tape can be used to block or restrict access to hazardous areas for a maximum period of 5 consecutive work days. If a barricade is required for a longer time period, a physical or permanent barricade shall be erected. Barricades shall be installed before the hazard is created, removed when the hazard is eliminated, and maintained at all times by the area in charge that created the hazard. An area in charge who has erected a temporary or permanent barricade must be responsible for removing the barricade when the hazard has been eliminated or the task have been completed or a permanent access control has been installed or implemented. The barricade has come a long way throughout history. Originally designed to control an uprising during a rebellion, the uses for the betterment and the safety of the general population have become innumerable. The barricade has not evolved, but the uses of it have expanded from a tool of war to a tool of safety. Take care, stay safe.